you know, these
It's on the main stream. What am I meant to do here? Okay, MIBR on defense. NRG. NRG on attack.
Kicking off on split. NRG attacking. RG with a couple shoulder picks here as NRG inch their way into that B main. No presence in mid just yet. Here's the guiding light. No ping off that.
Just going for a quick bit of pressure, and in the meanwhile, Demon 1 is watching that mid walk push if it were to come in from MIBR, but they are content right now.
Okay. What is that actual call? And they play, I mean, double duelist. You're expecting probably attack half there. 7-5 maybe. The bait comes in is crazy. Yeah, lovely bait on this one. Demon 1 didn't even consider it, and this guy's PC's crashed. Devastating.
We do have NRG embedded here on the B side.
And there was a kill before it.
Come MIBR.
A flash out. Wow, they're going for this quite quickly.
What a lovely omen flash. They hit sight, they wait for the when they insta flood in, potentially with a flash or a sound cue, or they drop as a sound cue and they just omen flash them back.
2 versus 4 right now. Artzine, you can see the caution on that.
And there was damage done before whatever the timeout was, whatever the issue. And that is not a reset. And you gotta feel bad for MIBR on this one.
Straight into drop. Artzine goes, marked aware. Here's the big iron ring out across this B site. He's going to step up. Artzine finds one, marked down. Crashy's opts not to try and swing that in instead. Takes another big hit and falls back behind the pillar. Time, though, getting short.
Wait.
Artzine on the wrap here. High-low setup, but he's going to break it apart. Okay, Ethan's able to hold on to the
holy hell. No way. 2v4.
I mean, that should just not be winnable. That was a 4v5. RG, I don't know what happens to RGL, but
I mean, his PC crashed, and he's going to be beyond happy that he gets to be able to sort this, and that didn't cost them a round. How the hell have they lost a 2v4?
Some moments, but he hasn't had the moment yet for his career this year.
No trade on this.
On the jet, on split. Double duelist look. Seen as well in tow. Another guy that, frankly, Mitch, I'm really looking at as a guy that needs to step up. Last week, some pretty poor gameplay from him. He's definitely
and here comes the tech balls, and let's hope
displaying lately. So listen, good early confidence here for him. Maybe get him the swing.
Let's hope it's not a long one.
A lot of the discussion on the desk wide is definitely
TMV. Oh, bro, TMV's writing. He's writing the script for the video right now. He's got the title. He's got his first round on the board. There's a little notepad out. He's like, yeah, round 1, 4v2. Let's jot that one down.
Especially as these attacking rounds start to progress.
I was really
He's making the thumbnail in the tech timeout.
They picked this into NRG, knowing NRG are running this.
Oh yeah, he just uses the same thumbnail but with 2 on top of it.
And they didn't bring a Cypher to the table, and an NRG with a player like Marv, who is just constantly going for aggressive lurks on attack.
That's so funny.
Taking any space that he can find. And against Furia, that was just exposing them. They didn't have the coordination to deal with that kind of play with no Sentinel. And
this doesn't look good. What's happened here? Oh boy.
But of course, with picking it as well, I suppose, you know, maybe.
Where's everyone's? There's only one person in game right now.
NRG style here.
We saw it, I think, on the replay footage there. He looked a little bit more like AFK Meister as he was stood still as NRG walked up onto that B site. That might be where our tech pause is originating.
This is not going to be a short one.
We have a chance here to talk about the Astro, which again is part of the conversation of these older.
This is not going to be a short one. That's for sure.
How do you sort of feel?
Gonna remake the game, and then the servers lost, so the rounds lost, which means that you maybe have to replicate what happened.
He's been playing it on this map, and of course, you know, there is some synergy there with the Raze, which is something that we've seen on Split for ages between those 2 agents. How you can use the nade with the grab well, etc. Right? And I think, you know, maybe
this might be a little bit.
Since it's the first time we're seeing
these guys are good at filling.
Kickoff. You know, one of the keys
yeah, I'm going to take this opportunity. I'm spamming 2 minutes of ads. I'm so confident the game doesn't happen in 2 minutes.
You know, if you can find a timing to get a kill, sure, but really
so confident.
You know,
you might as well. I'm telling you, it's this. We're going to be seeing this for a little bit.
Having that utility online can be very crucial. So,
of course, Right, Arena no better christening for myself and Wyatt to jump right into a classic tech pause. But this gives us also an opportunity to discuss someone who kind of flew under the radar a little bit in the pregame, and this is a rarity, right? Demon 1 primarily was playing Raze in their series against Leviathan. It's an agent we see less of him from in general. Well, we had seen sort of Victor give that over so he can play the Cypher. Here though on Split,
this is good at least. Yeah, you see him noting it down. This is literally them noting it down. He's like, can you screenshot this? Yeah, sure, I'll screenshot this, and then we're like, okay, now we need to replicate this. This guy has the scoreboard, so you can see what everyone has to do. Then they're gonna recreate the server, replicate the round, and then we're good to go. Thank God it was the first round. Otherwise, we really would be here for a long time. Only one guy left here. It's nuts. Western Me with the Prime. Thank you so much for the 10 months.
Of course, you know, I think that what was going on there, that poor stat, it reflects a little bit on his play, sure, but the overall macro issues with NRG, they were just setting him up to fail.
Someone who found success regardless in that pistol round was Matzine, and we got a quick word from him about what it's like to go up against a team like NRG.
The only guy that's left is the guy that went down. Wait. Yeah, that's wild. Maybe he rejoined.
NRG já enfrenta times brasileiros há muito tempo, o Marvel, o Crash e o Victor. Então eles já sabem basicamente como que os brasileiros jogam, acho que desde os confrontos deles de antigamente contra a Loud. Mas é sempre um jogo muito bom. Eu joguei também 2 vezes contra eles no ano passado, foram confrontos bem duros. E são jogos que sempre a torcida hypa muito, tipo, o público geral hypa muito, é muito legal de jogar.
And again, I mean, at this point, in this Super Week, it's hard for any of us to get a gauge on exactly where NRG are at.
Their first time with the duo cast,
really put themselves nose to the
and
grindstone
they're the
after
most. This is like probably the most
you
cast
said,
you could get.
when we missed out on on playoffs in kickoff and missed out consequently on Masters, we were practicing the very next day, all the way through Madrid. And it showed. They came out and had 2 great wins at the start here of this stage, but against
Everyone's gonna log back
who were,
in.
like you mentioned, Fatigue and then Furia.
We're gonna get a bleed vs T1 tech balls? Nah, it won't be as bad as that, but it's still gonna be weighty.
For sure. I mean, listen, Chet had them locked away in the dungeon of the NRG castle. They were
Wait, everyone's sitting back up
all
though.
from kickoff to this stage 1. And so far, yeah, it hasn't, I think, paid off in the way that the NRG fans are hoping.
Wait, everyone's sitting back up. This might be relatively fast. Looks like the server actually stayed up. Don't know why so many of them got kicked out of it.
MIBR now, and then up against EG, who got a crazy upset win earlier. Perhaps this is the day of the upsets. You never know.
This entire week has featured these huge blowout results, upsets as well, but more of the former, if I'm honest with you.
They lose a 4v2,
to avoid, but
like a 10 to 15 minute tech pause after, to just think. You just think about how you should have won.
Pushovers. In fact, both of them have showed incredibly strong games in their most recent matches.
Yeah, I mean,
so if you can't just get a clean-up win here against MIBR,
it's kind of like double damage as well. They know as well when they got that kill on the guy's site. Unless this guy tells them, they know that that person was just standing still. So they know they got a freebie kill on site, and then they lost the 2v4. That's how you really know you didn't deserve the round. Wild.
A few tough ones ahead of them.
Everything's against you.
MIBR, perhaps this is where the team really becomes revitalized. I mean, again, we just saw for EG. Tough start, revitalized today. They can always turn things around. And listen, we've seen promising stuff from MIBR. It's not like this team are slouches. It's just that so far in stage 1, they didn't show up to the expectations that we had in kickoff. That was really some of the best play that we'd seen from them, period. So we're just, we're waiting to see now, will they get back to that? And then can they exceed that?
And there's a question about the coaching, I think, for MIBR as well. We've actually seen that their fundamentals, their trading setups, their protocols are actually quite good.
Wait, how come we're allowed to talk?
Past, I think it was
unless he's talking to the
they had
assistant
some pretty
coach.
Elaborate mid-rounding, especially on maps like Sunset. They just have a tendency of getting interrupted as teams sort of thrust down in the middle of that map.
Have I seen the split tweet from the official Valo account? No.
That's solo lurking. Sky.
What's that?
All of your utility in these single initiator comps, just like trying to sell a fake. I get the idea. I mean, why else? Where else would the Sky be if not with the rest of the team with all this valuable util? Well, it often goes for very little as they try and sell a fake with it.
2022 Loud Coach, yeah, it's Bazooka.
Going to be a lot of pressure, excuse me, on the MIBR.
MIBR have both of the coaches.
Solo initiator, of course, on Split that's not uncommon, but yeah, when we get to the other maps, a lot of pressure on.
Chat, maybe a flashbang. I have no idea where this is going to go.
Some real standout moments for this team. Playing the Rays right now on Split, though, the original role that really even got him noticed, called up to the tier 1 of Brazil,
discovered
was when he was a
two
duelist
different
before
bugs.
last season.
Cypher's tripwire.
So, you know, returning to that original place that he had in the team, perhaps can find some success, begin to turn things around here for the squad.
Right, we are, of course, in a tech pause in case you weren't aware. That's right. I'm just reading the text, my friend.
Dude, so they're removing Split from the queue for a little bit. You do not want to play ranked for a while. More chances of getting icebox and freeze.
With hashtag Valorant, hashtag VCT Americas. You're either watching the games with them right now, or you have, of course, some fantastic shots of your pets in your recents. We want to see them, and we will share them with everybody else here. Cats or dogs, Wyatt?
I'm more of a cat enjoyer these days, I'm going to be honest, but I love them both, okay? I love them both. And
hey, well, this wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
The game now on the
relatively sorted out.
Fast. Running into
NRG got the plant down, and we get a Sheriff, we got double Ghost.
Advantage here on the anti-eco, looking to take that early lead against tough opponent in NRG.
And NRG stealing the Genji wall. Again, I can't remember if they were the first to do it, but... And they punished them for taking the AWP here. Ooh, almost even more.
One orb for their trouble at the very least, but right now, MIBR sweeping things up with ease. That top
this at the moment could be lovely from MIBR. We'd have no armor rebuy. And everyone getting 3K.
Last 2 players to clean up, which they will more than likely do with ease, and they can come into this next bonus round, possibly saving 5 guns. And from there, who knows? An opportunity to spiral things out of control for NRG early.
And this is a team that wants to get a rifle in Artisan's hand as early as possible, even at the cost of one of their own weapons. Demon 1 headbutts one of the bullets from JZZ's. He heads into Ramen, and this will be curtains for Crashies soon enough. Met by RGL Meister, and that'll be the round. Now,
armor rebuy, just a bit of util.
Themselves in a similar position before running 13-0 rounds against Furia.
That is a very good point. Something tells me we're not going to see that today. Don't want to curse anything here, but something tells me MIBR, they'll at least get one round. But right now, on this bonus, bringing 5 weapons over, they have
full
a
buy
on Artzine, a guy who
same wall over towards A, create a lot of pressure. Heaven of, oh my goodness, Heaven and Sight.
He can be the difference maker, the
creates a lot of pressure. Good in the after plant as well in terms of blocking off a bit of vision.
That's going to provoke the blooming of the poison.
And NRG wanted to at least check out what's going up over towards middle.
It's a double stack here towards B main. It's going to be a flash out.
Very
some defensive
proactive at the moment.
Here from the Brazilian squad. It's going to be punished instantly. Marked, always good for one there. He's far from done.
What a great angle taken from Marv. Just posted up, ready for the retreat off that orb. Really heads up. Frankly, despite the trouble this team has had, I think Marv has stepped up so much so far in stage 1. In kickoff, he was a bit quiet for the team, but right now, frankly, I think he's been the star.
Demon 1 thinks about it. There's a whole welcoming party at A main for him.
Okay.
And instead opts to rejoin
his footsteps,
now.
Right?
One pick over at B main. NRG want to assemble for maybe
doesn't look like it.
Here.
Gamble stack over towards A, and as we can see, we're going to go up towards B.
Prepped for a potential A play. They wanted to stack over there, but that is not going to come to fruition. They are going to be in
Skydog goes towards middle, creates pressure like they're coming up from heaven,
and
actually just
to make one happen too easily
flash as well. So, I mean, this is a round for NRG. It's just like what damage can be done now.
They know RGL Meisters back there in heaven. Dog got all the way up mid through Mail into B heaven.
He's saying that. I mean, they lost a 2v4 after plant.
A triple setup
maybe this has some legs.
You'll notice that Marv is still checking that B main, although that does not seem to be the destination here for MIBR.
Marv going to have that sight line on the spike as well, going to be pivotal.
Any moment now, MIBR Into the breach.
Any moment now. Surely they're gonna make a move at one point.
Smoke gonna be thrown just behind the pillar.
He goes at the back with Astra Suck. Nice util.
3 up here for MIBR, and they're going to try and go for it. Through the smoke, the spray is going to be good.
Dennis want to do damage.
2 in the Spectre. Unfortunately, that's all they're going to be having here.
Damn, honestly though, that's a huge win. That's a huge win. Yeah, sure.
You know, they set up that little grab well nade that didn't actually bury through, but then they threw it into the backside.
Would you be tempted to buy an Outlaw now?
They will take that all day
sure
long. Significant damage done here from MIBR. And nicely done, just playing together there. Swinging through the smoke. I mean, just some random spam from RGL. Love to see that.
Yeah, and there's a sense that they were really not playing for even a win in the round there. More than happy to trade their Spectres into economic damage.
And they decided to bring the op out, but I mean,
NRG is going to end up riding on this round because of it.
I'm sure, man. You do you.
And honestly, Marv wasn't positioned that far forward.
Hitting shots like that, you do you.
That is the gun that you want in Artzin's hand. I think that his opping kind of diffs his rifling, and when the economy is online for them to get it, crucial.
He comes Victor, double satchel at the back of the
Lovely
side.
trade on this one. Massive jaw. Demon 1 wins it out, and this guy, if he pushes into the smoke, bit of a genius, yeah. That flash on top of it as well from his teammate was so good. Nicely done. The big swing round. MIBR get it 3-1. NRG have got an eco, most likely 4-1 now. Oh boy. And they got you got to remember this. Double duelist comps, so it should be a little bit, just like slightly, favored on attack.
Like that Artzin off. And that is the benefit of winning the pistol round early.
And the flash was really
Getting
good.
That op online on defense, a weapon that in his hands can absolutely change the outcome of a game here. NRG relegated to that full eco.
Full eco, and it looks like we go fast over towards B, and the op is now here. Dash gets popped early.
Could have been a freebie there, but Victor baits it.
He sticks up there, he doesn't move.
NRG have eyes elsewhere on the map.
Artzin's just going to lock down B main so the rest of the team can gather up elsewhere or stack towards mid, and you can see over on the far right of the map, he's just jiggle peeking towards A.
And no one's ropes here. NRG pushed up very close behind his poison orb. This is about to get a little bit hectic. It's going to be refreshed there by the snake.
Love the timing on this.
Was the one standing up, the smoke dissipated.
That was really cool.
Sound like a herd of wild elephants here, NRG making their way through sewers. Over to A, and already Marv's gotten deep.
Yeah, they hit the TP up though, they push him down. We've got a site retaken. They do have this wall which can help them a little bit play over towards site, but they decide to take some spawn control, and as they do that, MIBR take over towards ramps. My goodness, we're really popping ults into this. We've got 3 classics. Got 3 classics. Why are you popping ults into this?
No connection there for Artizine, a little bit awkward, but he's going to have some backup coming through screens in just a moment.
How are they going to win this?
Unravel it! Just 2 left! FRZ on the side, but eventually gets accosted! NRG, no business winning that!
Absolutely
5, 12, 34, 69.
Artzin is going to
in terms of the HPs.
Head and hands after that. They knew the 2 players were screens, but I don't think they put enough emphasis on just pinching into those guys.
I can't believe they put it all into it.
Kills stuck there. Positions known. Classics. I mean,
this guy's looking like a spin bot over towards site.
Demanding his return to Raze will be happy after that round. Vindicated for sure.
8-4. Victor right now leading the raid for NRG. Demon 1 with an op to hand now.
Damn,
as well.
what a blunder.
Just the cheeky shoulder from Artizine, then back, but
what's this guy on 1 HP?
That belong another 2-player push out there.
And punishing Marv is crucial to beating NRG on this map. And without that Sentinel, they're going to have weary eyes watching every little area of the map they could be, or rather he could be pushing into so aggressively.
The absolute classic, Danzy, you know it.
Ethan TP'd into elbow. Smoke screens and Heaven. The setup is there. They're just waiting, of course, for Crashies to get there. But FRZ's heard all of this.
Oh no!
Demon 1 has to have his wits about him here. This could
don't give me one of these games. Don't give me one of these games, man. I'm not up for one of these games.
Showstopper here for JTC. Has to know the Victor there is in hell. The Seekers now will be an issue when you're holding that showstopper. That has to be employed for nothing. The timing's good for Victor. And the Satchel recovering for just a moment.
Satchel out.
Snakebite. A lot of YouTube being thrown at his feet here. That guiding light lets him know Victor's still goblining in this corner. Mazin eventually able to check that. Numbers advantage here for MIBR.
Deep in the end zone and flash out.
Secured. Mazin pushing through hell. Absolutely smashed by that.
Okay, nicely handled over towards site.
String a couple together.
A good recovery. Things getting scary. I like that dog that Mazin sent out in heaven. It was a nice little distraction for the flank onto Demon 1. You had to deal with that dog with the op, get the shot there. That was a good way to get things in a scary situation for NRG.
He's won.
I mean, that is ridiculous. Just
He
walks
walked through it the whole time to
Never
one.
expecting that. Some good little micro plays from MIBR on that round.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, they maybe should have won this round as well. Like, there's 2 rounds where if you've VOD reviewed them back, you might be arguing that you should have won both of them. At least the first one. At least the first one they should be winning. Okay, money now is, yeah, very low for MIBR. Must-win round. They got Astra ult. They get it to must-win round, so they put their ult over towards middle. NRG just go for a default, fast over towards heaven. Boombot goes in, and then they just hit over towards site. Absolutely classic. Pressure over towards heaven. Hit the site. And the Sky is making a play. Solo play. The thing that, when I watched in kickoff MIBR, I was like, damn, this team is a unit together. Stuff like that would never happen. I never saw any solo hero plays.
From him gonna come through main. And a big fight in screens here.
Cows are cool. How we doing, man?
Maybe the case, no.
What's going on, Cows?
Back through heaven. Crucial here for Marv to find a timing.
Huge.
Thank you so much, bro.
Came out up at just the right time. Marv had that one at his fingertips. And that's a huge couple. Knows there's a bit of attention here towards the top of ramps, but JZZ doesn't fancy it. In fact, MIBR have to pull the plug. Marv has unraveled.
Appreciate you, Cows, man. Thanks so much.
It's been so revitalized so far this stage. Shades
I mean, this was a convincing buy round. I mean, we got to call out the solo play though, right?
I mean, he is so
solo plays
in form. Another game
very bold. Like, you're getting 1 max. Literally make a sound as you hit the floor.
Timing, playing around that wall nicely.
White line, dude. Why do they do this sometimes? I'll wait for the replay.
Artazine spent that whole round getting owned by smokes. There's no other way of putting it. He's in screens, gets 2 smokes thrown in front of him. Marv brings his wall up at just the right time to secure 2. MIBR here fancying a bit of a timeout. Can't blame them. It's been a brutal string of rounds. They've had to suffer the wrath of an NRG with much to prove still.
Why they're scared to go through heaven? I mean, you don't really need to go through heaven when you got double duelist. They created a little bit of pressure there in terms of the boom bot. They at least cleared the close heaven. It's fine.
Now combined with this MIBR squad. And we're just waiting to see.
It's pretty common to just do that, right? You're going to think, if you hold on to early heaven here and you don't create any pressure and you just insta-site hit, then obviously this guy in sight, this guy in heaven can just help over towards sight, right? And there's just no pressure. But if you clear that first original gap over towards A, like what the, like in front of your wall, then you create pressure that you can be heaven, that you can burst through that wall so this person in heaven then can't focus and help out sight. So it's literally just like a little bit of map control into the A side tweaker and then just send it into the site.
Well, they've had their chance here to impart some more of that wisdom.
Right, if you have to worry about this angle, you can't out here really. Especially if you're like, in
keep it tight here protocol-wise. A couple key ults, very close, if not already attained for NRG.
Right now, Demon 1 is considering holding that tight angle on A, perhaps, while over on
fake
the B
TP out
side.
to make sure that
Ethan's
they
set
create
up
pressure
with
over
the
towards B
paranoia
main.
here.
Boombot to see if
MIBR
anyone's
is so
pushed,
active on that area in the
and
map.
they
They're
just disrespect the
hoping to
smoke
bait
with
them
it.
in and lay a little
Guy
trap
dog
for
over
them.
towards A, and we got to keep an eye on the
not
2
gonna
hero
bite.
guns, Astra and
Playing a
Raze.
bit more reserved, one
Double
forward
A.
position, which is JZZ, hero rifle for them. Pushed up on A and might have an opportunity to be just that hero if he wins this duel.
Even 1 absolutely smashed and crashes, not an opportunity to swing. Now off the flash though, it's good, it's traded.
The perfect time swing from him. Skydog goes up towards heaven, doesn't see anything, and the call is the group. Smoke goes into block vision here. With the original Viper smoke as well. So Viper smoke creates pressure. This smoke creates more pressure, like they could have walked all the way through, and they could potentially be at this box as well.
Working now into this A hit where Marv has the Viper's pit.
Gotta keep an eye on the Astra, because that is the only person with the gun here, and we got no flashes to help him out.
RGL is absolutely entrenched.
Like on site.
Clear screens here, and there it is. RGL reveals himself. Conditioned NRG. We're not to expect him to be here. He's able to find a quick couple. Only 2 left for NRG. They're running out of steam. Mazin now here. Will be reinforcing from elbow. Ethan's able to find it. FRZ's a problem from Rafters, and Ethan all on his own has to find a way out of this.
Oh, how's he got 2 on site here? We've got no util for the double satchel in.
One of the guys on the squad that sometimes we're looking at, like,
I don't know how he gets this. I gotta see the second kill. I feel like you should never ever be getting the second kill. First one, I understand. This one?
But it's not often that we have a game with MIBR where one guy is just lighting the world on fire. It's certainly more of a team effort of things coming together. But if we can see moments like that from the anchoring Astra, so crucial.
The half-a-second shot of chat, it did not look great.
That op is going to be posted up.
He looked like a worried man. Old Vision Strikers, lovely. It's literally the old Vision Strikers. Piece by piece. Apart from the Omen flash, isn't there? Smoke for your raise. Then vision block here, as you double send it.
Okay, they get out of that one relatively unscathed, even able to heal Demon 1 up. Now looking to transition out of this mid-hold. Victor, though, sees him walking with Crosshair. It's just too easy.
Probably.
No, Ardazine does not want to step up on this at all. Victor Spidey
and he's dead, right?
Fire it off, baby! There it is! Ardazine blown to smithereens.
And once again, the Victor Rays fans vindicated Mitch. I mean, he is
absolutely bat-chesting.
He is having a mad game right now.
We got
and on
3
some of these rounds, frankly, you are just going
coming
to see
in.
The difference in the player
that's
quality. I mean, these guys, the firepower.
Lovely round
NRG,
from him as
there's
well.
A reason there was so much talk heading into this year of this is the super team. They get Ethan and Demon 1, the championship winners from last year, the core of NRG that have been at the top forever. Super team material. And at the end of the day, even if these guys are making mistakes, it's not their best game as far as the team play. You still have
I think they looked down when he saw him in Vance. Dude, 14-7.
Firepower, that's the term he used. There's been a big discussion about MIBR. Maybe we thought Ardazine would be the star to step into that role. He's been solid, but not that player.
Evan control flash goes in. If the flash hits you, Omen flash.
Quick flash
hit of the flash, and it's the same thing, right? Is it not? Bit of pressure over towards heaven with the Skydog over towards site.
When NRG are running it here
Skydog over towards site. Get the smokes out. Can't follow up because of the nade, and then the... yeah, definitely can't force it with the mollies here.
No more shenanigans there, just at the opening of A main. Demon 1's pushed up here. We've got multiple players, both duelists here looking to fight for some ramp control. It's about to get ugly. Ardazine swings across. JZZ in deep trouble. Demon 1 had the off angle, but Mazin's good for 2. Victor there couldn't quite believe what was going on. But now
and FRZ, they know Viper's somewhere on site because of the mollies. Yeah, and dude, Victor does not want to get wrecked towards side like the other round that happens. So, dude, Victor is just fragging heavy.
Too good. Watching all of the angles properly. Well executed round. Things got hairy for a little bit off that wall. Spam being traded back and forth, but of course they came away with the favorable trades with the favorable weapons. Frankly, as expected in a situation just like that. 6 rounds, split attack.
If that last bullet hits.
I don't know what Artzine's been doing with his money, but somehow he has just got enough to buy an op every single damn round. This guy's rich. How does he have so many ops?
Just don't play gacha games. It's that easy. Victor here, satchel across.
And so one or
really pressure here, but
yeah, there's so much pressure every single round up towards A heaven, and that's what they wanted to create. That's going to keep 3 people here. Then we're going to pop over towards B, and it's all about this.
Certainly not another Demon 1 first death. No, he's going to get
out. And he gets out of there. Hasn't spotted Omen backside, but I think his teammate might have. Seekers at least is going to help him work out that they're sending it over. None of the Seekers went towards middle, so they might not think that
than that.
I don't think that this guy's
For
here.
them to be back on this site. Victor hears all of this.
Especially as that boombot misses.
From the raise, he knows JCC's going to be there. Man, he's having a good game. Now pressure in towards Mail. Artazine, though, this time the Blaze Storm strikes
Ethan.
through. He's got 2 for the round.
What are you doing?
Looking to pressure down. Doesn't see Demon 1 inside the Cloudburst, and Crashies is going to be a problem here. 2 up for NRG. Crashies versus 2. In the post plant. Time is short, but MIBR can play with his...
Oh my goodness, thank God for Crashies here. What the hell went on, man? Ethan gave it. Like, Ethan really gave it. Then there was a mouse bug. Thank God for Crashies hitting the 1v2. Lovely shots from him. Bailed him out.
But again, so much credit to Victor. Look at this guy.
Bailed them out of the TMV rounds. This would have been on the video, that's for sure.
The distraction that he had, the disarray that it caused. You could see Artzine's like, guys, are we going? What are we doing? And he's dashing in. The rest of the team, some of them still looking behind. They got so scrappy.
Oh, got really scrappy.
It really is world class, and it's fun to see him on it again right now.
Demon 1 having to take a back seat here to his other duelist for this map. We're getting plenty of attention here over on this A extremity.
And it's even one who's really just been doing a lot of the working, to be honest, or rather containing on some of these extremities, not pushing up so much, but just holding down A, which is usually, you know, if you're running the Sentinel in his place, he'd be a Cypher doing the exact same thing, so.
Maybe that's an idea there. There might be something there, Wyatt.
With a Cypher on split, yeah, some may say it's a good pick on this map, some.
I mean, I've enjoyed how MIBR have at least been playing it. They've been trying to get in front of this smoke like all the time to try and have one person hold A so they can stack the rest of the sites. A little bit wrecked. Judge close. I mean, honestly, the Judge might get 2 here. In B main. Oh, goes up. 14 HP, that's unlucky.
Fuzzy with that off angle there. Victor at least able to find something, but it's him and Demon 1, and the ladder is low. In fact, gone now.
At least you can't count this guy out. Got the spike.
Quite distributed here across the map.
The Judge here though.
And that'll be that.
5? I mean, honestly, 7 was expected with double duelist. MIBR, they had a really rough like mid section of this map for sure, with this half, but in terms of the actual score, 5's kind of expected.
On the attack side, winning the big majority of the gun rounds, and even a couple rounds where they were at that 4v5 deficit on account of Artzine getting early picks.
Well, NRG looking to bounce back after a rough start to the week. Not a terrible start.
Yeah, Astra ult, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure that was there for the whole half.
Thank you so much for that, fellas. Well, guys, I mean, we are seeing a very, to quote what Uber had just said, a very competitive first half between MIBR and NRG. And let's dive into that Thrifty.
The best way to count someone right with a Judge, it's gonna have a drone, really.
And gave them this
drone Prowler.
Yeah, honestly, MIBR's been playing a solid half here, and if they had won this one, if they had cleaned up a few of these mistakes, they could have been leading right now. But this was, for me, kind of the round that broke the camel's back, right? They're in a position, up numbers, playing into this retake. Then we're popping knives, whiffing every shot towards spawn. Players are flooding in one after the other, and it's just completely uncoordinated. It's mistakes like this at the end of the rounds that are costing.
Did Sentinels lose? They definitely watch the. Should definitely watch the game, man. If you have time, you should watch the game. It was so sick. It was really fun.
Firepower, and you can tell with these stats that Demon 1 and Victor just going crazy. They knew that this entry go in.
Let's say Victor going crazy. Demon 1 continuing the slower performance. It wasn't an incredible half from him, but he's got a world-class duelist player alongside him in Vic.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely have that confidence to start going in together and taking those duels. Even if Demon 1 was, unfortunately, the first one dying, he had the follow-up right behind him every single time. And it feels like that Thrifty was just the important
part of all of that.
Yeah, it just felt like the Thrifty was like the round turner where they were like, okay, guys, we can just kind of hold W, or we can just be more confident in our aggressive plays. But again, MIBR really really back and forth.
Watching that half was an experience gap to me. The NRG players are so comfortable on that stage. Marv winning late rounds, Crashy's winning late rounds, Victor consistent on the dive. They weren't sweating at all, even though it was a close game. And you compare to MIBR, where we're seeing a lot of shaky moments
Sentinels
here.
qualify for playoffs.
But they really have to pull it together in this second half.
Looking great.
They do have a chance.
Yeah, one has to wonder, of course,
Feels
what
like
the
it's
circumstances are going to be here.
I'm not sure I'd give them 50% at the moment. It's out. It's a little bit in their hands and a little bit out of their hands. So.
Tell you what, way to do Demon 1 dirty with that little head-to-head there at halftime. All you need to know, folks, is that
coach is allowed to talk to players. Yeah.
duelist kills on the side of NRG.
Everyone's allowed to talk in this little 2-minute break.
Yeah, hold on. I was checking the scoreboard. 21. That's
a combined effort.
A lot of kills. Victor has 19.
Well, yes.
Four
Ball
ghosts for each.
He was playing Cypher Jet.
We go for the aggro wall. Vision block if you want to go close. Vision block here for just the original vision block in this area. Little cubby as well to play in.
This double duelist comp,
it's a nice wall.
The side of the game that favors this comp, starting defense with it.
Also just put this wall up every time this wall goes up, and you can just make sure you hold on to map control.
So they have a real opportunity at getting back into this thing here. Not like they're too far off 7-5, but it feels that way because they only got 3 gun rounds compared to NRG's 7. So despite the close score, it does feel pretty one-sided so far.
It's a great call out. Those crucial rounds. Those big gun rounds, NRG all over them. I'd seen earlier probing up mid there, staved away by a poison.
Yeah, well, let's see what Demon 1's got.
Towards a main Demon 1 has the tailwind.
That was fair play. That was more than he needed to get. And they insta double push behind middle as well, and it's double duelist comp, so there's nothing behind in terms of a trip. Honestly though, JZZ might have made the move that can win them the rounds. Ethan's on top of it. But still, taking map control, lost map control, plant for heaven, has a nade. If he can win the duel in heaven, then he can around.
Crashy's one in the group. That nade on the wrong side of the box from Azine. A bit of an off angle, you could say, but it's being checked by Victor, and he swings it. He's better in that engagement.
And let's see if Race can win the duel.
Towards heaven, but Ethan also is ready for that fight. And it's just RGL Meister. We've seen him do some stuff before, but gonna take a loss.
Okay, nicely done. 1-1 in terms of the pistols. So everyone gets a pistol on this one.
And Demon 1 just, you know, light little reminder to not talk trash during the halftime desk.
Any round I get to double my kills, I'm feeling fantastic.
Those MIBR players just forced the contact into him. It was Mazine on the lurk. They don't really have anything to clear there. Listen, at the end of the day, he is just so precise with those one bullet. Those
and 21-9. He's got the gun to farm him up as well. No armors, we get a sheriff. They got the plant, so they can buy a little bit into it.
Into the mix in the hands of Victor, 2 sheriffs on MIBR. So if they carry it over,
Uber was toxic. He covered it up well by flaming himself. That's how you got to do it.
Wants to bully his way into B main, and who could blame him with his weaponry? Paint shells to threaten him, but he's able to
it's out of there as well. Lovely bait.
It's RGL on the fadeaway.
Now just forced to back up our MIBR.
Oh.
At this point, momentum firmly in the favor of NRG, the heavily favored side in this matchup.
That is an actual shot.
After the pressure, holds his own. 2 consecutive spike carriers removed. Spectre singing in his hands, and it's
how close are we to the ult? 2 away.
Trying to make his way into heaven.
Just a little
so yeah, probably won't be here for the next rounds, but when we get the buy, the big swing round potentially, they're gonna have a Razor into it.
And actually, I'm aware they're actually gonna be okay with the economy. I was worried there for a second with the sheriffs that they might
making a good go of it in this one.
Been low enough to have a light
the classic snowball we've been talking about all day.
Going to be the case, but
okay. Bonus.
That being said, look at JZZ's util. Look at what he has.
The armor's for everyone.
Utility for a heavy armor. That is tough. No boombot, no
yeah, no boombot, no double satchel. But I mean, at least it's double duelist, so the Jet can do the movement. I like this though. Smoke deep, we go aggro. Arv now picking up the. Wait, Victor got the stinger and he's gonna absolutely send it. Okay, I thought he was gonna real send it. Like this wall though that covers off. It does like the Sugar Zero smoke. right? But it's probably a little bit stronger.
Chance to swing. Crash is a little isolated there, dropping down from heaven, and the wall drops. JZZ moving up, and Artisan's already found Marved in that back corner. NRG feeling the pressure here now. Victor can't hold his own. Demon One at least been able to equalize, playing from heaven, and Ethan sees JZZ walk straight into him.
Oh my god! Oh my god! No way! This should not have been around.
Spike is loose, and RGL has to stand up, but he's able to split up NRG.
Sight.
Demon One knows he's low.
Oh.
Ethan takes a chunk of damage off him.
Obscuring vision.
Here's the swing, and it's good, RGL.
Dude, the committed crouch swings recently have been coming out on top all the time.
I like that in the middle of that execute, they did slow things down. They realized that NRG, they were trying to flood in there. You could see Ethan put down a smoke for Victor to play around when he satcheled in. And MIBR, very aware, if we take the fight to them right now, they have flooded into the site, we're gonna get up. So they slow it down, they get a nice few kills.
And you can see the pre-aim there, the bullet just goes over him.
Coming alive a bit more on this defensive half. Well done from RGL to close things out though.
Giving him an operator this round. Previous world champion with that weapon in hand, a scary prospect. Just wants to take contact here at this B extremity.
So the DRX smoke that you see on the left here, this right here is like the main position to anti it. Right, because inferior double blocks vision. On the site in here, you could easily creep out towards the right, you could creep out towards back of site. This is the main spot that counters it, pretty much what all the teams are doing. It's like the safer way, instead of taking over towards B main. It's like the silent way to get it full info.
This duelist duo, ready to stave off the hit.
Here comes the smoke. Inching closer, MIBR. At some point, you're going to see an elbow and swing. Demon One's found one tailwind away, but here come the cavalry. MIBR trying to push aggressively, but that's a second. And here come the blades. Not enough. JZZ's able to find two.
Still ended up in a pretty good double trade over towards site. Does Marv? Okay, they know about this guy. I definitely missed something on the minimap. They fully know about it. Smoke missed on heaven. Might work out for this guy. We'll see.
Not able to get any value. 2 versus 3 now.
Devastating. FRZ playing from L. You think they check this here with the paranoia, but Marv doesn't check it.
No way.
Oh boy.
And fights 2. It's all up to Crashies now. Time is getting short.
Dude, it's like back-to-back rounds, which I thought they weren't going to win, and then they're winning them.
You are joking. What an outplay from FRZ, getting the poison cloud.
Did the smoke look different on his piece? Yeah, it was already popped or something? The only thing I'm thinking is I'm looking at what we saw in third person there. It looked like he looked down. I'm wondering if the orb looked different on Marv's POV or not. It was popped at the right time. The miss smoke worked out pretty well in the end.
Bucky in the hands of Marv.
Wait, we've won. We're gonna go down to an eco. We got a Bucky, 4 stingers. Oh, 4 sheriffs. That one again.
No commitment here from MIBR. Note the position of the spike.
There.
They'd love to pull some of these NRG players out of position. So far, though, they have been stalwart.
And Artzine as well. He's actually picked up that op that Demon One dropped on the previous round. So they're going to be playing a little bit slowly around now. You could see him posted up in B main, just waiting to see if
stack over towards A, and look at these two go in here. And it looks like we're going to be ending.
One of those sheriffs.
Going to have vision block with the Skydog. Do they actually want to pinch, or are they just creating the pressure like they're going to
go towards A? And
where's the info?
Going to go for a bit of a split here as they dog up mid.
Well, question answered. Now they're starting to get some. JZZ on the heels.
Wait. With this, they might change everything. Yeah, and they think they're going up towards heaven, so they kind of mess up their stack, and Marv maybe got a bit ahead of himself.
I mean, there's just no way you think that all those players are going to be at A. When a dog comes into heaven, and then it's followed up by your duelist, like what the hell is
relax a little bit, though.
Sitting over at A.
You got full spawn control.
I know, you never expect.
That's why MIBR do.
Yeah, and this guy needs to relax as well. Don't give him a gun, or just swing out.
They lurk with this guy
constantly. Man. Look at this
over and over and over. I mean, that is just so true.
How? Ow. Okay, no one died. No idea how no one died from MIBR this round, but no one dies from MIBR. And they need this timeout. It's slipping away.
I'm not getting ahead of myself, but NRG are forced onto the timeout. Things have started to spiral.
Very early prognosis from Dr. Valorant there. I'm not
gonna get too excited, but I'm gonna get a little bit excited.
To be fair, MIBR are able to really vary the pace here. They can call cancels, they cut noise. They're doing a very good job of hiding their intentions from NRG. Just because you know that they like to fake with all that Sky util. The different story when you're in the server against it and you're obeying your usual protocols.
Absolutely. Just not used to playing against a team that does that so often. The majority of the time, you're going to see the Sky in the race and just think, well, of course that's where the hit is coming. That's where the Sky and the rays are. But this is MIBR, and that is not the case. I mean, it's not often that they always have a duelist with the Sky. A lot of times it will just be their Sky alone.
And again, like a Trailblazer up,
still at the other side, but
Trailblazer up mid at like a 1 minute timing is not the craziest thing, right? That's pretty standard, but NRG just have no idea where the rest of MIBR are playing.
No, and I mean, listen, this is a point we're making too, that as the series continues, we'll likely see applied on other maps. I mean, this is just vintage MIBR.
Does that mean they're going aggro?
Victor, showstopper in his hands here
absolutely
on
sending
the round, posted up towards that A side. RGL with the Astro Wall, they could go for a big execute here off that if they so choose.
The op out the map.
Didn't see it in the first half at all. Here they come. It might be not opting for
picking the right thing. Insta sight hit. Ethan CTP away. Oh my goodness, was this not a Omen flash? Not a team Omen flash?
Breaking ankles here.
Team Omen flash.
Crashies out there from Rafters is good for one. The spike is dropped. Crashies has this line. RGL runs straight into it. It's a big opening here for NRG. And there, MIBR still waiting on FRZ to reinforce.
Man, they keep giving TMV footage, man. They gotta stop. They gotta stop giving TMV footage. Every time NRG plays, he's gonna have a hit YouTube video. Why is there so much footage already? Okay, save him. Save him again. Crashy saved him earlier. Demon 1 saves him now. No video for you today.
It's come alive at just the right time.
Steps up.
Holy, that was a mess on sight.
Despite that string of round losses, he has, on this defensive side, just stepped it up. I mean, you can see it just by the numbers, right? I mean, what
Victor
is he?
goes to Razor, and he eats Ethan's Omen flash, so he can't see anyone.
And it was a great hit from MIBR as well. Victor nullified while he had that ultimate out.
They've been bailed out by the individuals, by the way. That's 2 1v2s.
And again, look at this, gathered up for
into rounds where they've made big mess ups.
Get out of my way.
Sting in a hand for Artisine, but Bladestorm is available. Fast hit.
Oh my goodness, what's going on, man? Is there something on the server? What's happening here?
Great connection. Artisine has to navigate this low ground.
Lovely smoke to play around for Crashies.
Is proactive. Moving around this B side is Victor. Mazine taken down. Victor drops it with the blades. Just aren't there for Artisine. And Crashies is able to spray him down.
This is much more convincing.
Just the 2 players in heaven now left for MIBR. And that spike is dropped in Narnia, virtually. Demon 1 there by itself more than he can chew. Doesn't answer the question of MIBR.
What?
Getting that spike back to hand.
These two would have to go absolutely nuclear right now. If you check in on the state of the economy as well, MIBR hangs in the balance on this round. If NRG convert here, go up against the bad boy in the next, they could be at 12.
RGL Meister, FRZ have got to put this together. But
looks
instead,
like the save call comes in.
That discretion is the better part of valor. Would much rather hold these weapons into a later round.
Left.
No interest in challenging as a fast A hit crumbles to dust.
Goes absolutely awry. Crashies just so good, man. So consistent. It's not always the big number that he puts up on the board.
Yeah, it's been
it's just the impact kills that you see him have throughout a game.
I mean, the individuals are saving them a little bit. This wasn't a great round for it. Honestly, the team play was pretty nice. I like the smoke from Ethan over towards the site. Like everything reactionary was very good from NRG.
Rifles have to be saved here. A wise decision from RGL and FRZ, frankly. Now they will have something
Having
of a
the
real
instant
opportunity
seekers as
here
well is perfect.
in round 20. A reasonable buy that they can cobble together. And a lot of ultimates playoff around. I mean, RGL, he's been sitting on this Astra ult for 20 rounds, Mitch. He's had it since the first half.
Yeah, we have not seen much of that at all.
It's a good time
Maybe
for a
MIBR
timeout.
not feeling
It's pretty
they've
much
been
now
in
or
the
never.
position to make use of it, but so I have a timeout called here. Because it's not just that
Gonna
cosmic
be
divide,
honest,
of course.
EG vs NRG will be sick.
We've got the Vipers pick.
Yeah, actually,
Showstopper all
it
up
did.
here
If
for
it
MIBR.
literally
They've got to
goes
turn this
down
into
to
a
it and it
winning
means so much as
formula
well,
where
it could be such a banger game.
They've got a bit of a buy to work with here. A lot of light armor. A few rifles at least to
Really could
bring
be.
into the round. And Bazooka very surreptitiously delivering what has to be the silver bullet to MIBR on this attack side.
Highly regarded coach Bazooka, fraud as well in tow, of course. We spend a lot of time talking about the coaches on MIBR, and for good reason.
We
Again,
could spend
discussed
more,
them
I
earlier. I
think.
mean, we can spend more, excuse me. I mean, these two guys, long
You have a great
history
chance
with
against
Loud
NRG after
between
seeing
the two
this.
of them.
Yeah.
2 years combined.
This
when you
this
bring them
back-to-back
both
with
together to go
Lev
with
game.
MIBR, certainly no lack of experience. See what they're going to assist with. Cook up here for this.
It's a lot
crucial round
closer in
for
some of
MIBR.
the
Three ultimates
in some of the
play,
games
entire economy
than maybe we
on the
thought at the
line
beginning.
right now.
I'm so excited for Crew Loud
picked this
tomorrow.
map. They picked this map against NRG.
That
They
could be
wanted
an
to roll
absolute
back this
banger game.
Somewhat antiquated composition against them.
And
4
listen,
and 13, Victor.
wouldn't be surprised to see a B hit with the
I mean, they got
Astral
so
wall and
many
the Viper
ults
set
here.
for the post plant with the spike planted for B main. All reliable when you have those two ultimates online.
And there's a lot of damage with this.
Victor reluctant to give up this B main for free, but doesn't seem a whole lot to keep
Ooh.
him interested. Demon 1, he saw that swing though. He's going to force them out. Azine unaffected though right now by the snake bite. It's not an opportunity
Yeah,
though,
that's
'cause
the
Demon
easiest
1
kill of
knows
his life.
better. A couple freebies straight down mid for NRG, puts them in commanding position.
They just make that look too easy. They really do. And all of a sudden, when you're MIBR, when you're 20 seconds in the round, you're like, oh damn, we have to save again.
So everything we talked
Yeah,
about
it
that
is a
timeout,
disaster round.
no longer relevant.
Save it for next round, and let's just hope that maybe we can save some of these guns. Of course,
How
they
did
are
you
gonna
see the
wa-
play
they're
across? It
gonna
was just the boom bot. You talk about the B main.
contact here on mid. They're gonna try.
He
to
just
see if they can
pre-fired
even
off the
things
boom
out,
bot.
Try and get a couple kills here, but if not, if time dwindles too low, they might just be tuck and tail back to spawn yet again.
They've still got RGL Meister embedded here towards B main, but the opportunity to activate him, pretty limited. Demon 1 gives a bit of ground. Artisan's able to take him
Oh,
here.
man.
Victor and Ethan now start to
Creep
feel
out
the tension.
towards B. I mean, they have a good crossfire though.
RGL Meister's made his way out of main. Victor hears all of this though, and FRZ no good. He was trying to go for a Viper's pit.
Ah,
Just
Sky
Artisan
don't
left
right?
now.
Oh no, Skydog
And he is going to
didn't
be
have.
encircled. Ethan
26
now,
HP.
Artisan knows
If he had more
Gilman is
HP, I would
TP'd into
feel
B main.
that maybe he had a smaller
He's got
chance.
no
But
choice but to try and fight his way out of
Spike
this.
up
He
there
will
as
not be
well.
allowed to leave the arena with a gun.
alright,
And there's just no hope. And NRG,
Four-
they are now in
four
perfect
chances,
position to
money's
close out this
relatively
map.
low, it can't be a
Of course,
great
this was
buy.
MIBR's pick, but something of a home map to NRG too. It always has been.
Safe to
This
say.
was their go-to last year. And when things weren't working for them on it this year, you remember at kickoff they had that tough loss to Sentinels. They just went right back to the comp that they were dominating with in 2023. And they're about to be 2-0 on it if they can convert right here. But still,
just
MIBR, they have
just
they
give
have
me
an
a-
alright buy. They've been
I
able
feel
to
like
get together,
MIBR
you know,
could just benefit from just
couple
some
rifles,
insta
couple
ult
SMGs,
rounds
but of course you're just looking at that wall of
Some
red
pure
that is the
set
ultimates they have in
strats.
play.
with ults. So I'm just seeing
Confirmation
them
there
hold
for
on to
NRG
ults
with
for a
this
long
action.
time. Seeing
Over
them
an A main.
die, trying to do defaults before they're in the
Defensive crowd
perfect
small.
position to use the ults.
Oh, it's big enough, really.
You are divided.
He knows that cross hits the Cosmic Divide. Ethan trying to beat a quick retreat. JCC's going to have to swing the Cosmic Divide here, but there's not much to be looking at. He's going deep. He's getting into the cookie jar. But all of NRG, they respect it. They back away. Paint shells to buy a bit more spacing now as MIBR go for the plant.
Spike planted.
Mazine as well still has those Seekers online, can choose to pop them late into the round if necessary. Gonna go through that pit, find the NRG players trying to retake through it. Crashy's no dog,
Whoa.
no Seekers.
Unreal, Artisan challenges the ropings foul two. He's got a bit
Whoa.
more pressure now. He'll have a three
How?
piece. More work to be done
There's
here
no
as
way
well.
though. That was
Comes from
I
heaven as
don't
well.
I got no
Swings
words,
deep,
man.
box, and it's good.
I don't know how he's allowed to to do that. Some nice shots on top of this though, but I don't know how he hasn't got traded.
All it took was a few ultimates, Mitch. Again, it is just the old
Few ults to get onto site. Hero play to confirm it. Not sure about this one. You can't feel confident for getting another.
And how about it? They won, and it was well played from Martin, obviously, as well. That 3K from hell. So clean. He's had his moments this map for sure. And NRG, they just didn't really have the best utility for that retake.
I mean, there's just too many ults here. Can't even be angry at this.
Really realistically going to get through that pit.
No, and then they used that to re-clear ramps, I think, at the start of the round. Timeout here for NRG. And they also find themselves in a situation where there are some ultimates at their fingertips.
No, the movement and the aim was really nice.
Defining.
I just thought the other guy in heaven would have traded him.
Rather, Demon One, excuse me. Look to pick up an operator here. NRG would love a clean finish to the game. They'd love to stick the landing here and move along.
Could certainly see some kind of, you know,
Doombro's gotta have the comment.
Marv plays in the pit and mid, one player to help him there. Demon One locks down one of the
Couldn't help
sides with the op. The other two playing on the other side. Pretty standard position for the Vipers pit.
Doombros, you know the mad thing about that? The mad thing about that that's only just clocked in my head right now is the fact that you were 10-2 down.
They get a plane to land.
Which is sick. Like 10-2 down is like a cool story, right? You're 10-2, 2 maps down basically essentially. You're a map down, you're about to lose your second map. The fact you did it to your brother is just so funny. The fact that you can just bring that up just forever now, that's so savage, dude. You can always use that one.
Looking to lock down main.
Literally just like 50 years from now.
Seems to be.
you can just use it. It's so sick.
But MIBR's focus is going to be on A. Demon One, not a lot to do with that op, at least in the early round here.
No, he'll be twiddling his thumbs for now. I think he realizes, hang on.
Bacon's gonna ban me.
The action might be elsewhere here. Now, MIBR in absolutely no hurry at the moment. They might have heard that the Trailblazer come out here, so some information on to move back into ramps after it's been
Question mark gets cleared. They realize that, and they're expecting some heavier pivot over towards B, but we do have the op here and we do have mid, so we kind of got like the two areas held down by the two. And let's see what the instant reaction is. Let's see if the Omen Flash is a bit better this time. Omen Flash goes into site. They don't even expect him on site. They saw the Omen Flash from spawn and they didn't even expect this guy in sight. They just thought once they dog re-cleared, they're 100% going to be stacking more people over towards B. And this guy is a beast.
And even the score, the Swack has made its way over now. And MIBR get to play the post party with knives ready and Arzine firing on all cylinders.
Am I missing something? When the hell did Victor get there? And how are he and Arzine not acknowledging each other's existence? Demon One with the operator, but can't pop the knives. Little jet duel possibly to close things out here, 2-on-2.
Into elbow, uncomfortable. Flash will be trended away from.
Oh no, not knifey. Knifey knife battle.
He's got to fight his way out of this corner.
Big right clicks.
The blades are there as Demon earned them. And
Alright.
he will use it to end the map.
I feel like I mean both of these teams are gonna look back at this and feel like NRG are gonna think it should have been cleaner. MIBR are gonna be like, we should have won 3 to 4 of these rounds. One of those where you can just look back and you're like, oh well, should have won a lot of these.